There was a huge change that took place overnight to the tune of $20 million. And this is a very big deal when it comes to Shiba Inu, but it's something I've noticed across the crypto space as well. Could this mean that we actually have a pump heading into the early part of the week? We're going to talk about all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So Shiba Inu actually has a very nice, healthy green daily candle. I wanted to really just magnify how nice this daily candle is, guys. This is Shiba Inu breaking out currently of its structure, which is a great sign. It's above both the 20 and its 100-day moving averages. Now, guys, this isn't quite a confirmed breakout yet, right? We have the potential for this to be a little bit of a fake out, but we are outside of trend as we speak, which is a great sign. And you can see that a lot of what this was a nice overnight rally. We saw this running from basically about 6 p.m. Central Standard Time all the way up until about 3 a.m. this morning. And now we're just kind of waiting to see if we're going to make a break up. Right now, we're kind of sandwiched on our 12-hour in between our 200 and our 20 MA. And frankly, right now, there's not a whole lot standing in Shiba Inu's way. We're currently still on top of a trend, or on top of our trend. Nice retest yesterday. Guys, this is a perfect spot to be actually heading into the week. I'd love to see us close out this weekend on a green note and possibly set us up for a green week across the crypto market. All right. Now, I understand this is not an end all be all, but I did notice something very interesting that changed overnight that is worth noting. So you remember how yesterday we were talking about this wild imbalance in long and short interest in terms of Shiba Inu? There's a massive imbalance to the short side. Well, when I looked this morning, you guys can see that has changed. We actually now have a higher long ratio than short ratio in the crypto market. And so I zoomed in on this and I took a look at what happened. We actually saw almost $20 million in open interest leave Shiba Inu. I thought that was kind of strange because we did not have that in terms of liquidations. In fact, over the last 24 hours, $313,000 in liquidations. So what this shows me and what this should show you is that shorts just headed for the hills. And I don't know if that was just because of the direction change in terms of Shiba Inu, if that had to do with obviously that bullish cross that we were talking about just the other day, where, on our stochastic RSI on the 12-hour, we did in fact cross bullish, which is a great sign, or if it's even bigger than that, because our daily is starting to flip around here as well. Momentum flattening out. It's looking like momentum's about to flip green again. We have RSI actually headed towards crossing the signal line. I mean, there's a lot of great things that are showing that momentum is shifting. All right, that this may have in fact been the bottom of our drop and that SHIB's going to have a bounce and rally. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure, guys. Understand that, okay? But these are some pretty positive signs. ETH showing some strength after bouncing off of its 200-day yesterday. But where I thought this was interesting is, guys, this shift in open interest didn't just take place in terms of Shiba Inu. It actually happened around the crypto market. BTC actually saw an $800 million drop in terms of open interest. Okay. And this is now back at a balanced ratio. So what we're kind of seeing is actually the market anticipating a potential pump to begin the week. Now, will that happen? Not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I talked about earlier in my ADA video that we did see the US credit rating drop. So maybe that causes a little bit of a stock market drop or so earlier on in the day. But I think we digested a lot of that news in the crypto market already for the weekend, which means that we could continue on that separation like we were talking about. I'm not sure if I had mentioned that in a Shiba Inu video or not, but when we're talking about this BTC US 500 chart, there is a very distinct trend that plays out over time, right? Every time we get kind of in these downtrends, there comes a point where we break those trends and we go on extended runs in the crypto market. Most significant of this back in October of 2023, late February of 2024, again in November of 2024. And now we've been on this breakout actually since, go figure, the early part of April. That was kind of when we were bottoming across the crypto market. And now we've been kind of riding this wave, like I was talking about, whichever video I was talking about this in, of this 20-day moving average. And what tends to happen is on these breakouts, we come down, we retest, and then we bounce. We run versus the stock market. Guess what? Looks like we're sure getting a little bit of a bounce right here, all right? This is right where we might be potentially bottoming out and starting to go on a run as the week takes off, okay? Now, what I will say is that I'm thinking this is going to be a high volume week once again. All right. Why I'm saying that is yesterday was a high volume day again across the crypto market, $80 billion in daily trading volume. This today might not be as high as yesterday, but might still be somewhere in that 60 to 70 billion dollars in daily trading volume range until we get to tonight's candle. We'll have to wait and see how things heat up. But there's some pretty big changes that have been going on. And what people need to remember is that the charts are always the last thing to reflect some of these changes. Price is always the lagging metric. And I'll say that this is a very good sign, at least what Shiba Inu is doing right now. We have seen some of these pivots take place before. We know that that has led us on extended runs, and we'll have to just watch and wait and see if this is what happens again here. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.